We are continuing to introduce the Mobupps team all over the world, and right now I'd like to introduce to the head of Mobupps India, Apoorv Shukla. Hello, Apoorv. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm great, man. It's always great talking to you. So tell me a little bit about yourself, because I know a lot about you, but I think our audience wants to know more.
Okay. So about me, I had India and Middle East region for Mobupps. And in terms of hobbies, I like football a lot. And personally, I'm a big fan of James Bond series. And I mean, in day-to-day life, I prefer to stay at home and work. And during weekends, sometimes I work out and try at keeping myself fit. That's it.
That's a right strategy to say what team do you like, because that always attaches some part of the audience already. So I like that. I like that a lot. Now let's get to business. All right. What are the issues or benefits in the ad industry related specifically to geos you're working with? What are the difference and similarities to the rest of the world? How local approach in the geo is more effective than centralized communication? Like how does a local approach more effective than just global working globally from anywhere else?
Okay, so I think I will start answering your questions one by one. So first of all, I wanted to answer the last question, how local approach can help rather than being a centralized communication. So see, I mean, Mobupps is the one and only company in this space who has the highest number of offices and people sitting locally in different countries, right? So that's, I think, an edge that we have, which has always helped every one of us in terms of scaling up, in terms of getting more and more business. So if I specifically talk about now, specifically talking about India, so India is a very volume centric market. So for example, here the population is really huge. So I mean, we have almost touched 135 billion number of people in our own country. And I mean, in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities, people are using mobile phones, I mean, throughout the day, and mobile is a very important part of their life. So when you have someone sitting locally inside that market who can communicate with them at the same time when they are waking up, at the same time when they want to speak to someone local, like, and in their, especially in their own language, right? That really gives you an edge. For example, you are sitting in Ukraine, right? You can really understand the emotions of the people.
I hope so.
That's really an advantage that you have. So I think that's a plus. I mean, that we have, not in India and in other countries as well. And now talking about the ad industry benefits, right? So I mean, Mobupps being a company, what type of benefits that we have? So I mean, if you can notice trends from last 2 3 years, I mean, if you just go to Google and you Google like top Indian about India digital space, I mean, you see that within 2021 itself, we have had almost 10 to 12 unicorn companies, right? And those
It's a
companies,
huge number, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge number. So yeah, so there are many unicorn companies. There are many companies who are becoming unicorn year on year. We sitting here kind of feel very proud when you see such banners becoming unicorn, whom you have helped in their initial stages, acquiring their key users who would have definitely one way or the other have contributed in their growth journeys, right? So sometimes you really feel proud. That's kind of help you build up your own brand name inside the market. Speaking about the threats, like what kind of threats are there in our industry, and like what we should consider in order to tackle them. So the biggest threat right now is ad fraud, as we all know. And like, not only us, but yes, there are several companies who are placing multiple layers between their ad network and clients to tackle that ad fraud. So yep, I think considering the overall situation, that's the biggest threat that we have. And recently, if I talk about layers inside that threat, we have noticed that high volume of click are really becoming an issue these days. So that's, in our terminology, is called as click spamming. So that's, kind of the biggest threat right now that I'm noticing. To tackle that threat, we have multiple technologies in place. I mean, if I want to explain to our audience like what we are doing, especially to fight that at such kind of ad fraud. So we have our own proprietary technology known as MAFO. I mean, if somebody goes to our website, search for MAFO, which is MAFO, he'll get to know like what proprietary platform we have built, which helps us in optimizing ad fraud and also, I mean, optimizing the campaigns more deeply. It's all automated. So, I mean, I would like to clarify that it's all automated. There is no human involvement. You just have to set certain parameters and the campaign is good to go. It will automatically detect each and everything and will keep on optimizing the campaigns. Even when you are sleeping, Mafo is doing its work, right? So that's kind of a key advantage that you get in Mobupps.
I love what you said about partnership because it's really inspiring when you don't just cooperate with each other, when you help each other to grow. And this, when this growth shows up, you feel really proud of being a partner of someone who does this. So that's a really great thing. It's good that you mentioned it. So let's go to the global stage. So what are the solution and most compatible tactics Mobupps can offer in your region? Would be great to mention about anything, how we can help guys, how we can help people on the global stage, and what exclusive technologies we got to help out some companies like that, maybe some unicorns to beat.
Yeah, so obviously, I mean, if you talk about the global platform, like how Mobubs can help a certain a certain company to perform at a global stage, right? So I mean, the first example that comes in my mind is Amazon. Obviously, Amazon is the biggest example of our industry, as well as is a key example of the most unicorn companies out there in the market. So now, if we take it as an example, if we talk about how we have contributed with such a client in terms of their global growth. So, I mean, with such kind of company, we are working globally. We are promoting their campaigns in India. I mean, by saying campaign, I mean user acquisition needs. So we are helping them with their user acquisition needs in India. We are helping them with their user acquisition needs in US, as well as in the Latin America market. And we have also done it in the Gulf regions in the past, right? So, I mean, we can consider it as an example. So, for example, there's a brand who is there's a brand X who wants to go global, right? Right now, the focus, I mean, in past couple of years, their focus was India. We have significantly helped them scaling up their activities, acquiring users. But now, if they want to go global, I mean, I think Mobupps is the right place to come because we have, as we mentioned in our starting of our call, I think Mobupps is the place where you get local teams set it up in multiple countries. So right now we already have 8 offices across the world. So you get that local approach, and those local people, they're having connections with local media. They're having connections with local advertisers. So they can certainly help you with the local strategies that are being followed specifically in that region. And I think those are the insights that everybody needs to grow, right? I mean, if you want to expand something in India, you would be needing those local insights, which are available with Mobupps. I mean, I think 24 into 7.
So, I'm always worried before these interviews, I'm always worried about, because the questions are the same. I'm worried about the answers might be the same, but I'm really happy that you opened up a really new perspective on this stuff. And I think our audience will enjoy it. So thank you very much. And here's a chance to say something in the end to the audience. And I'm sure this was a great interview.
Yeah, I think I would like to say to our audience that guys, if you have any doubt, you want to know how this ad tech industry operates or works, please feel free to visit our website. I mean, you can just simply write Mobupps on Google and you will get the required links and information. And all specific team leaders contacts and everybody's details are there on our website. In case you want to reach us out, you're most welcome. Any questions, any doubts, anytime, just feel free to write us and we'll try our best to address their queries. And I mean, yep, Anton, it was really nice talking to you, and it was really an engaging interaction.
Thank you, Apoorv. So this has been Apoorv Shukla, head of Mobupps India, and as he said, you should visit our website and check our technologies, especially if you are a football fan. It's just like Apoorv is. Thank you, Apoorv, and goodbye. I think this was great.
Bye. Take care.